Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Now in Talking Solutions, I want to welcome back Jennifer Taylor, who is the Executive Director of Nevada's Clean Energy Project.
Terry, thanks so much for having me.
You know I'm into green energy.
I do, and I'm really appreciative of your passion for renewable energy opportunities that we have in Nevada and for letting us highlight it here on your show.
I'm aware of what you do. I'm aware of Clean Energy Project, but I don't think everybody who's listening to us today knows.
Clean Energy Project is really the business voice of Nevada's clean energy economy. We represent nearly 500 Nevada businesses that support comprehensive clean energy policies. Through our Green Business Guide, which is a really fun and fantastic program, we have more than 125 local small businesses implementing efficiency measures to reduce their energy and therefore their carbon footprint. We have great support from all kinds of corporations, both in the energy sector and adjacent to the energy sector. And then we've really been blessed to be a trusted resource on clean energy policies. I got to serve last summer on the New Energy Industry Task Force, and I also sit on the City of Las Vegas's City Manager's Energy Advisory Committee.
City of Las Vegas is really out front when it comes to using solar energy.
City of Las Vegas has been an amazing leader in the field of sustainability, of renewable energy. Last year, they became 100% renewable on their operations side. So all city buildings are now powered at 100% renewable energy. They did that through a partnership with NV Energy, who's really also been out front in terms of trying to have direct corporate access options for some of the companies that want to have their power be clean. They've done that with Apple. They've done that with Switch. They've done that with the City of Las Vegas. So we've really got some great thought leaders in our state.
One of the most visible signs, literally, of Las Vegas's attitude towards green energy is the Las Vegas sign. I love the fact that we've got solar trees around it, and now the sign itself, which is very famous. Everybody knows about the Las Vegas sign. Now it's powered by solar energy.
It is powered by solar energy, and Clean Energy Project is proud to have been a partner in that project along with Bombard Renewable Electricity, Green Chips, and the Convention Authority. And so it's a great testament to the resources we have in the state to have that iconic image as you come into the city from California, and the first thing you see is welcome to Las Vegas, and welcome to our sun, and welcome to our solar trees that power the sign.
It's just cool. I want to take a picture of not so much the sign, but the trees that power the sign. I'm like, oh, look at this. Jennifer Taylor is in with us, Executive Director of Clean Energy Project. Jennifer, how blessed are we that we live in Nevada? Because when it comes to renewables, green energy sources, we seem to have it all.
We really do. We are blessed with so much solar capacity. The Solar Energy Industry Association just released its latest solar facts. Nevada was ranked 4th for cumulative solar capacity, with some of our western neighbors, with California and Arizona coming in slightly ahead of us. We've got 320 days of sun a year, and that really provides a lot of opportunities. We also have fantastic geothermal up north. Geothermal is a great resource because it's a 24/7 resource as opposed to our solar industry, which is what they call intermittent. And the other resource that we really have, and I just have to give a shout out to the vision of our governor. Brian Sandoval has called in his strategic plan through 2020 for Nevada to be the leading consumer and producer of renewable energy, to reduce our carbon imports from out of state, because in Nevada, we have sun, we have geothermal, we do not have natural gas, we do not have coal. So when we try to power our homes and business with those sources, we're sending our Nevada dollars to other states when we have opportunities to generate power right here with our own indigenous resources.
Exactly. You were talking about the green energy economy, and when we use what's here, what we have, we're not sending our dollars to another state.
That's right. And when we use what's here, and when we have policies that encourage the use of what's here, we have incredible opportunities not just to draw the companies that develop the solar plants or that develop the geothermal plants or that implement the efficiency measures into our homes that also really help with power on a whole host of levels, but it will also draw those companies that we want to have in our state, those companies that, again, Governor Sandoval envisions as being part of our economic portfolio through his new Nevada. And those are companies like Salesforce, like Microsoft, a whole host of these sort of forward-facing, innovative tech companies who want direct access to clean energy. And part of what drives that is corporate social responsibility. And we've really seen an incredible increase in that. And part of that is because consumers are more and more shopping with their pocketbooks. box.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm somebody who cares about animal rights, I'm going to look for the leaping bunny. And if I'm somebody who cares about clean energy, I am probably going to look for those companies that mirror my values. And so it's really become this synergy. And when you look at the companies that are doing this, it's not just the odd company. We are now looking at 71% of Fortune 100 companies having renewable energy targets, sustainability targets, or both. And again, states that can mirror those core values are the ones that stand to gain the most. And Nevada is incredibly well poised to become one of those states and to provide an atmosphere where corporate America gets to make its own decisions on its energy purchases with direct access to renewable resources and advanced energy. And so innovative and robust clean energy policies signal to companies that Nevada is open for business, for private investment in clean energy development, and that'll just result in the win-win of increased economic growth for our state.
These companies are big companies. They're looking at the bottom line, and what it really comes down to is dollars, how cost effective it is, and how they relate to us as consumers. A company that matches with me on the things that are important to us, I will go shop with them every time.
And that is why the corporate kinetic train has gone so far down the track that while people get concerned about the current federal administration's view of renewables, it's going to be very difficult to pull that back. It would be if the federal government said to everybody, hey, we're going to only use landlines from now on. That's fine, but nobody's going to stop buying cell phones.
That train left the station a long time ago.
That train did leave the station a long time ago. And Terry, you hit it on the nose when you said it's about money, because really it is. When Jim Murren from MGM spoke at the Clean Energy Summit in 2015, he said it's not just about environmental concerns. It makes dollars and cents for my company to do this. And what you're seeing is, regardless of what's happening at any type of governmental level, these companies are out front saying, you need to provide a way for us to meet our sustainability goals, our renewable energy goals. And last year, there was an article from All Tech Considered with Microsoft and some of the issues they were having in Wyoming because they wanted their data centers to be 100% green energy powered. And Wyoming, because it's a coal state, was not able to do that. So here in Nevada, we have this opportunity to provide these companies a way to have those values met. So when our energy policies match the core values of the companies we want to attract, it's a win-win for the states.
It's just what I was thinking, win-win all the way around. It's obvious that Nevada is pro-clean energy, green energy, and I flat out idolize Elon Musk. I think Tesla rocks. The vehicles, the attitudes. I love the fact that they're building, isn't it like the second biggest building on the planet?
It's going to be incredible when it's done. They've only built out, I think, 25% of it. Elon Musk is another visionary, and what he's trying to do with electric vehicles and storage and just the clean tech innovations is truly incredible. Let me just take a second and talk about two things with storage in the Gigafactory. Number one is the incredible commitment that Tesla has made to this state. Not just the original Gigafactory commitment and the applications that were going to be built there, but now, as you heard in the governor's state of the state, they're really doubling down on their investment in Nevada. It's a fantastic opportunity for us to really lead and show that we can be a hub and a center for this clean tech economy that wants access to a renewable energy economy. And we really can bring both of these things forward. But storage, which is what's going to be coming out of that Gigafactory in part, those lithium-ion batteries, is really the next frontier. Because as we just talked about, solar has some limitations.
Sun out energy. Nighttime, not so much.
Not so much until you can put a commercialized battery, until the power wall is available to everybody, until, the market starts to compete and really drive down the price of storage and really create additional opportunities for storage. What we've seen with storage is what we saw over the past 8 years with solar. The prices have dropped anywhere from 65 to 80%, depending on the study that you're looking at. But solar is now really one of the cheapest sources of energy. And again, NV Energy just entered into a fantastic power purchase agreement that is some of the cheapest energy, period. And it's really an amazing accomplishment to see that technology that had been rated as too expensive. It's now competing with fossil fuels fuels at a level that we could only imagine. Now, we're going to see that same thing with storage. The cost of storage in the past couple years has gone from like $1,000 a kilowatt hour in 2010 to less than $500 a kilowatt hour today, and that's with lithium-ion storage. And what we're seeing is lithium-ion suppliers are signaling that prices may fall to the range of $150 to $250 a kilowatt hour by the end of the decade, which really then starts to open up a range of grid storage options. And once we see those battery costs fall to the 100 to 150 kilowatt hour range, there's estimates that the North American market potential for storage could be 35 to 60 gigawatts by 2030. That's fantastic. And that really allows us to develop clean energy in ways that we never thought possible. So we're really excited for what Tesla and for what the rest of the storage market is potentially bringing to this industry.
Elon Musk is now saying he's going to put solar cells into roof tiles.
Into the roof tiles, right.
So you wouldn't actually have solar panels on your house.
He's always innovating.
I love that.
I know. It was a pretty cool announcement. And so we'll just look for the next great idea out of Mr. Musk and out of the rest of these forward-thinking companies and visionaries.
Jennifer, you mentioned that Governor Brian Sandoval, very pro-renewables. What about the legislature? Is there some stuff coming up there?
There is a ton of stuff going on in the legislature right now, and we are so excited to see energy and energy policy really getting some serious attention and being championed by legislators who understand, again, that nexus between energy policy and our economic development. And understanding that, we need to have robust energy policies to attract the types of companies that we want in this state. There is a subcommittee in both the Assembly and in the Senate just handling energy issues. In the Assembly, the Commerce and Labor Committee's Subcommittee on Energy is being spearheaded by an amazing energy champion and subject matter expert named Chris Brooks. He's the freshman assemblyman from Assembly District 10. Assemblyman Brooks was one of the leaders in solar. He was one of the first companies to start doing solar installations. He's also had the opportunity to work with a utility called Valley Electric Association, which is a co-op out in Pahrump. We are so blessed to have him championing our renewable portfolio standard and working hard to increase that. On the Senate side, we have Senator Patricia Spearman, who was on the New Energy Industry Task Force as well this past summer, is a graduate of the National Renewable Energy Laboratory's Energy Leadership Program, and who also has a PhD focusing on energy efficiency. She's great too. And so we've got two fantastic champions. And then you've got the head of Senate Commerce, Labor, and Energy, Kelvin Atkinson, Senate District 4. He just brought forth a bill to get a study on storage, like we were just talking about storage being the next frontier. And we really thank him for championing that issue. So we've got a couple of energy efficiency bills, not just from Senator Spearman, but also from another freshman, William McCurdy, who's excited to get into this space and make sure that clean energy and energy efficiency is open and available to all Nevadans. And his bill would have certain utility programs assist low-income folks with energy efficiency measures. Also, we're expecting to see a bill on green banks, which is a way to provide financing options for folks to have access to renewable energy and energy efficiency measures. There are some other bills that have just come out on community solar, which is a way for folks to sort of aggregate solar. If you are in a condo or you don't have the right financing or you don't have the right orientation of your roof, and that really represents about 70% of the folks, community solar is an option. There will, of course, be discussion about how to fix rooftop solar, how to move it into the next phase, and then there will be discussion about energy choice. That was question 3 on our ballot. What we saw from that ballot was 72% of Nevadans voting for it is that energy and being able to have some control and choice in how they consume their energy is something that Nevadans care about. And so the governor has convened a committee on energy choice led by the lieutenant governor, and they will be working in parallel with the legislature.
We like it when our legislators are savvy when it comes to renewable energy.
I'm hoping that we might see some discussion about electric vehicles and how to increase market share on electric vehicles. So we've got some fantastic champions up there in the legislature, and we are really looking forward to continuing to see what they bring forward and how they help shape Nevada's clean energy economy and our energy policies.
Great. I know that as time passes, and you've mentioned that the overall cost of solar has come way down. NV Energy shut down the Reed Gardner coal-fired plant. And I guess we have a big solar array on Indian lands.
Right. Those are a couple of things. Reed Gardner is part of NV Energy's commitment in 2013 to start divesting of its coal generation assets. Reed Gardner is one of the last pieces of that puzzle. And they shut down Reed Gardner several months ahead of schedule, which was really great. And we here in Nevada very much appreciate them working to shut down coal-fired generation. The MOAPA piece is a little bit different because you can either have generation in-state for in-state, or you can have generation in-state for exportation.
And they're sending that to LA?
MOAPA is sending it to LA. And I've had people say to me, well, why shouldn't all of our renewables just be used in-state? And here's my answer, is because in 2008, when the economy tanked here in Nevada, the Brookings Institute was commissioned to do a study to figure out how do we diversify our economy so this never happens again, so that you're not overly leveraged in one industry. And they came up with 7 key industries, and one of them was clean energy. And so if Nevada is able to develop its energy resources and sell it to LA, to other places in Southern California, that's exactly what we want to do, because every economy wants something that it can sell and export. And this is what we have, and this is why part of that strategic vision from the governor is not just the leading consumer of clean energy, but the leading producer of clean energy, of renewable energy. And so not just did we see the MOAPA project get commissioned, which is also just amazing in terms of what it can provide from an economic benefit to the MOAPA tribe.
Yeah.
From jobs, from generation, from land revenue. It just is an amazing opportunity. And the other project that just got commissioned about a month ago was called Silver State South. That was done by First Solar down by Prim, and it also sells to California. It exports power for 80,000 homes. On average, First Solar's projects create about 1,000 jobs, provided the state of Nevada more than $78 million in property taxes. And just think about the contribution through purchased goods when they were constructing it. That program was part of the Governor's Office of Energy's tax abatement program, which over 5 years, 6 years, has brought in $6.6 billion in capital investments, with payroll and taxes paid as part of that, and more than 4,300 jobs. And that $6.6 billion represents about a 9-to-1 return on the investment for the abatements. It's really fantastic. The Governor's Office of Energy has also been lucky to have partners like Sempra U.S. Gas and Power, who is responsible for the Copper Mountain projects out in Boulder City, out in the El Dorado Valley. And they're another company that has done a fantastic job creating opportunities for jobs and bringing investment for all levels of Nevada government, from the library district up through the state. And that's all been through the Governor's Office of Energy Abatement. And all of Sempra's projects all are sold out into California too. And it's just a great thing for Nevada to be the leading exporter of clean energy. And that's what we want to keep working towards.
Well, I think we've got plenty of sunshine down here for not only us, but let's sell it. Let's bring some money back in. It's a win-win situation in so many ways. More than just the producer and whoever is buying it. Like you were mentioning, it's jobs, it's tax dollars, it's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things. The other great thing about renewables is that they are fixed cost. Once that capital investment goes into the construction of the project, solar energy is not going to fluctuate in price. It will be what it always is, which is zero. It takes 8 minutes from the sun to the Earth's surface, and it will never be subject to volatile governments. It will never be subject to other types of disasters. When you see a solar spill, it's just a sunny day. And I am okay with all the solar energy spills we want to have.
Shine on. Mm-hmm. And I know that we don't spend a great deal of time discussing geothermal, more of a factor in northern Nevada.
It has become more cost effective. And the thing that folks don't take into account with geothermal when they're just trying to look at apples to apples is that with geothermal, there's no intermittency. So you don't need to have backup generation.
Gotcha.
With solar, when the sun goes down or on those off days when we have rain, you've got to have power to back that up. And so you have to have a whole nother generating resource. And with geothermal, it's 24/7 and it's a fantastic resource. Churchill County up in the north has amazing geothermal resources and is almost solely powered by its geothermal resources. They want to get a little sign that says home of like whatever, leading geothermal county. So on geothermal, just for some stats, Nevada's got the best potential for geothermal development. And as far as actual development, we're second only to California. And geothermal has provided economic opportunities in some of our rural counties, as can solar. And that's one other thing to note about our resources is that they provide opportunities in rural counties that may not be available in other states or in other places that don't have those types of resources.
We are so lucky all the way around. Jennifer, you have been the executive director of the Clean Energy Project for a couple years now, right?
Yep, it was 2 years in February.
Have you noticed during that time people's awareness is higher, their attitudes very positive toward renewables, green energy, and how beneficial that is to all of us?
I think, yes, we have worked very hard to make sure that we're educating Nevadans about the economic benefits and the economic opportunities around clean energy. I think that what you saw in 2015 and 2016 with the rooftop solar debate truly heightened the awareness of everyday Nevadans about energy choices, and the energy world. Rooftop solar is just one small piece of the pie, though, and I hope that people will be as excited and engaged on these bigger pieces as we shape our broad energy policy. The issues of a renewable portfolio standard, the issue of restructuring a market after Question 3 passed last year, and it does need to pass again in 18, but if it does, the idea of restructuring a market, we're going to need support, engagement, and awareness from all of Nevada. We are really thrilled to see how responsive and interested our decision makers have been. Like I said, freshmen coming in that have never talked about energy, they want to champion a bill. They want to be part of this discussion, and I think that's incredibly exciting. And we have, again, with NV Energy, they really have some good programs that they've done. Their electric vehicle programs and outreach with what they're trying to work on in terms of storage pilot programs, their energy efficiency programs, and they've been working to try to get the word out too, to get people excited about the opportunities that they as a utility can provide for energy savings and the projects that they as a utility have been developing both for everyday Nevadans and for those large users like an Apple, like a Switch, that want direct access to clean energy.
We can all work together on this.
We can all work together, and I wish that Senator Spearman was here because she has the best mantra about how we all need to work together and how we need to recognize the benefits that the utility has brought to the state and what they have done for renewable energy development, and then what some of the other pieces of the pie, like the rooftop solar industry, has done to bring awareness to Nevada and opportunities to Nevada, what the environmental groups, what a whole broad array of stakeholders have done to move this discussion forward.
It's like this nice big puzzle and different pieces fitting all into the master plan.
Exactly. It's a big puzzle where there's not a single piece that represents carbon, and that's what we hope we can get to.
Totally behind that. Jennifer Taylor is the executive director for the Clean Energy Project. Always Earth Day in April, so I'm sure that there are a lot of green-oriented events. Do you have anything the Clean Energy Project will be part of?
There's usually Green Fest that we will be part of. We love being out there with all the folks that get to come to Green Fest and talk about what we do, and we get to go talk to small businesses that are at Green Fest. It's always a lot of fun. We also are always working on our Green Business Guide and recruiting companies to teach about their energy savings options, and we will probably do some type of Earth Day event around that. And then it's still legislative session, so we'll see what our legislators do for Earth Day.
That leads me to my question. Every time we do a show with Talking Solutions, we always ask, what can we do to help you?
That is a great question and a very appreciated question. What you can do to help us, sign up for information on our website at cleanenergyprojectnv.org. We send out updates on what's going on with the legislature. We let you know how you can be part of the discussion with our decision makers, and you can always volunteer with us. With every nonprofit, there is never a shortage of need for volunteers. We want to hear your stories, what you're interested in. We love hearing from small businesses and how they work to save energy and save those operational costs, and how, if they haven't been entering into savings options or programs, how we can help them learn about what opportunities are there.
So you want to sign up.
And when you sign up on our website, then you'll also get updates on any of our fantastic educational events that we do. I know that we'll be putting together some panels to talk about the session in June, and we would love to have your listeners there to learn about what came out of the session and where we go from there.
Clean Energy Project is a great source of information.
Sign up, cleanenergyprojectnv.org, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
I do follow you on Facebook and Twitter.
Every Friday on Facebook, we feature a business that's one of our Green Business Guide members, or as we call them on the window cling, our clean energy allies. And it's a really fun program to highlight these companies who care about these issues so that you as a consumer, if you're looking for coffee and you think, I want to go and get a coffee at a place that cares about clean energy and mirrors my core values, because that's what corporate social responsibility is all about, I'm going to go to Makers and Finders, and I'm going to go see the amazing Josh Molina, and I'm going to support him because I know he supports clean energy. If I have a vet appointment and I want to go and see a vet who loves animals and will care for my my animal, but also loves the planet and wants to see more clean energy, I'm going to go to Bonanza Cat Hospital because they are also a clean energy ally. And it's a good way for us to highlight those businesses and let Nevadans and our decision makers know where those businesses are and that there's support across the state for this type of work.
You know, I always hit like on Facebook when I see that.
I know you do. I really appreciate that. And we put great articles up on Facebook. We have a great social media presence.
And that's how, through Facebook with Clean Energy Project, that's how I heard about the Reed Gardner plant and NV Energy saying, closing it, we're done. It's great to get updates of that sort. We will make sure, by the way, Jennifer, that we put the links and everything on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of the interview. Jennifer Taylor, the Executive Director for the Clean Energy Project. Love having you here on Talking Solutions.
Love being here. Thanks so much.